What's going on, all you Marvel Movie Maniacs out there? Phat Samurai Guy is here with Lady Phat Blood, and yes, we're still alive. In case you were wondering. Huh? Nah.
Define live. Define alive.
I know a lot of you have been wondering, where's the fucking movie reviews? Where's the trailer reactions?
So about 5 years ago, we saw a movie called Thor Ragnarok, and we thought we'd share our thoughts with you guys on that finally. Because it just was like, hey, we watched that movie, right?
Yes.
Let's talk about it.
Yes.
We
were lucky enough to get free time to watch the movie. Because for a while there, it didn't seem like we were going to have any time to see any movies for the rest of the year because the holiday season, folks.
Yeah.
Peak season.
We probably mentioned this before, but we both work 2 full-time jobs.
Yes.
He's got a full-time job, I got a full-time job,
yes.
40 hours, he's 40 plus hours.
6-day weeks.
He's currently working 6 days a week.
Yeah.
We have completely opposite schedules. We
Yeah.
literally see each other maybe 3 hours a week.
Yeah. It's you know, and this is the busiest time of the year, so
energy is tight, time is tight.
yeah, but we'd like to thank all of you out there that have stuck with the channel. You're still subscribed. Thank you. We'll upload when we can, but we just wanted to let you guys know this is the busiest time of the year, man. We're exhausted, man. So it's like we just don't have any time to film. So we're lucky that we're doing what we're doing right now. But we wanted to sit down and chit-chat a little bit about Thor Ragnarok because a lot of you still were curious of what we thought of the film. Go!
Superman did a thing and... okay.
Wrong movie!
Okay. Okay, so... quick rundown of Thor 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
I've said this before. I felt that Thor 1 and 2 are perfectly suitable time wasters.
Yes.
They're not bad.
No.
They're not exceptional. They're just middle of the road, very safe. Perfectly suitable for the character of Thor.
Yes.
I kind of felt the way Thor in his films and even in the Avenger films were kind of probably how a lot of people saw Captain America at first, where he was not necessarily everyone's favorite Avenger.
Right.
And once The Winter Soldier came out, Captain America really gained a sense of identity, and as did his films. His films definitely, especially when the Russo brothers took over, they gained an identity and a feeling that were part of the Marvel Universe, but just a little outside of the constantly lighthearted ways that the Marvel Universe can be sometimes. So Thor never really had that. His films were very safe.
But you got to keep in mind, though, Thor is, like you were saying, definitely is one of the most difficult characters to bring, and that world is extremely difficult to bring into film. You know what I mean? Like transfer from comic book into film is very difficult because we're dealing with gods.
Yes.
You know, it won't. You know, it's very difficult. It won't translate that well. It's very hard to do.
Yes, and this was pre-Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes.
And
pre-Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Was the first Thor.
Yeah. So I think Guardians of the Galaxy was able to open up a whole new world.
The cosmic universe,
a whole
baby.
new universe.
Yeah.
That people can now accept. Where when the first Thor movie came out, we were still caught in an area where we hadn't quite had the Avengers yet. We hadn't quite had the spectacle yet. We were on our way, but we hadn't quite gotten there. And once the Avengers came out, okay, now we've taken the next step. We can do the superhero, gobbledygook. And then when Guardians of the Galaxy came out, it almost felt like, okay, all bets are off now.
Yeah.
That's why you got movies like Ant-Man, where you've got little tiny dudes fighting on a toy train, and it's freaking hysterical. You've got Doctor Strange dealing with these other, interverses.
It's a whole other universe.
Exactly.
Right there.
And now, because of Guardians, we now get Thor Ragnarok, a film where I can see a lot of people having issue with this, if only because the tone is out there.
Yeah.
We basically...
It's insane.
Yes.
But in a good way.
And
In our opinion, in a good way.
The director of What We Do in the Shadows, which is one of my favorite comedies in the past 10 years, and I always mess up his name.
Waititi.
Okay.
That's as good as it's going to get right there, folks. I don't want to butcher it.
He stepped in to direct this, and again, he has done a fantastic job in what the Russo brothers did for Captain America. I feel that Thor finally obtained its own identity.
Yes.
And this movie, I can see people having an issue with the tone because this movie is not like the other two Thor movies where they were very straight and middle of the road. This is out there.
Yeah.
This is as out there as the Guardians of the Galaxy series in that we are on Earth for what, 10 minutes?
Yeah, thank God.
And then it's out. I loved the humor. This movie had a wacky sense of humor, wacky tone.
Some damn funny moments, especially with the brand new character of Korg.
Yes.
We're fans of him.
Loki is back, and he, he's Marvel's bad boy, and he's always the villain that always steps in and is always behind something, and he always is going to betray whoever's there. But he got. I felt where he had the moment in Thor 2 where Thor and Loki's mother died. He got some moments, he got his own personal moments in this one.
Yeah.
I enjoyed a lot of things that I was worried about that weren't going to make sense. For instance, by the end of, was it Doctor Strange where we had the Thor cameo at the end credit sequence? Was it that movie?
Yes.
Okay. But by that point, Thor had already known that his father was missing. Well, that had never been addressed in Thor 2. And I was like, oh God, are we going to just bypass that whole storyline like we did at the end of the first Thor where, as long as the whatchamacallit is closed, he can never go back to Earth, and then by the Avengers, oh hey, here I am. It's because, Odin summoned all of his power to bring me here, and ever since then it's like, he's just there now, so it doesn't matter. But no, we actually, that scene that happened in Doctor Strange actually happens in the first, 15 minutes of Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh hey, and the reveal of Loki and Odin.
It was damn funny.
I'm just gonna say, I will pay forever and a day to see Sir Anthony Hopkins say, "Oh shit." I will love that scene forever.
But you gotta love the Loki as the hero.
Yes.
Play that was going on.
The play where
Sam Neill was playing.
You had Sam
Odin.
Neill. Yes. You had Matt Damon playing Loki. You had Chris Hemsworth, one of his brothers, playing himself.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
You had the music, the theme that came from Thor 2: The Dark World was playing, and you had this chorus singing it with Loki's death scene.
Yeah.
It was a hysterical scene, and
the tone right there.
Yeah.
That if you're not on board already by that point, then I can understand that not liking the film at all.
Yeah.
But if that's the tone, and the tone kind of stays consistent.
It does.
Pretty much that type of tone, like action, almost buddy comedy.
Yeah.
Almost in a way for this film, which I had absolutely no problems with. I really enjoyed it, but kick ass. Badass opener too.
Oh my God! So
Thor versus Surtur.
So one of my favorite.
Voiced by Clancy Brown.
One of my favorite things that came out of the trailer for Thor Ragnarok was the fact that they used the Immigrant Song, which just happens to be one of the most perfect songs incidentally. It's total coincidence.
That's
that it's
Thor's
perfect for
theme
Thor.
now, as far as I'm concerned.
And normally they don't use music from the trailers in films. It's very rare that you'll hear a piece of something from a trailer, and you'll hear it, and they'll actually incorporate it into the film. They usually use stock music or whatever. They actually use this song not once but twice in Thor Ragnarok, and I'm sorry, I fell for it.
Yeah,
I
it's
absolutely
fucking dope.
I adore that song for him.
Yeah. And Infinity War when Thor shows up, I want that song to come back.
We're not gonna get that. remember, Tony Stark only got one AC/DC song in the first Avengers thing, and it never ever happened again. But it's okay.
Oh well.
Anyway, so we're on a new planet now.
Mm-hmm.
We got Jeff Goldblum being his wacky ass. He's in his 60s now, and he's hit De Niro mode where he has no fucks to give, and he is having fun with his career, enjoying the hell out of what he does.
What was it? Some line. He's related to the Collector, by the way, from Guardians of the Galaxy. They're related, which I thought was hilarious. But what was that line? He was talking about how old he was, and he's all like, "I am known as the oldest," or I forgot the age he said he was. But here on this planet. he was Goldbluming throughout this whole movie.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so in terms of the plot, Loki's revealed.
Loki gets revealed.
He ditches Odin, an old man
Odin.
Old man home.
Spoiler alert! You find out Loki Loki put Odin in an old people home on Earth, and
so he can rule in his stead in disguise.
Odin actually breaks Loki's spell, and he goes back to the Motherlands on Earth, and Odin actually dies. You find out the whole plot with Hela and who she is to Thor. You find out
I thought that was interesting.
You find
there was
out
a little bit of dirt
that she's
underneath Odin's fingernails there.
She was actually the firstborn. She came along before Thor ever did, and her and Odin did some shit to rule some shit.
Yeah,
and,
not so squeaky clean over there in Asgard.
And when she gained too much power, and Odin kind of started chilling on his power,
he started to get real righteous.
Well, he basically realized that,
she's getting out of control.
We need to chill, we need to have peace now.
And
she disagreed. And
right.
but yeah, so she's Thor's sister, which I didn't mind that. I did like her look. I think I liked her look a little bit more than her character. We almost had Ultron syndrome with her, where I felt like she should have been. She was an intimidating presence when she was fighting, of course, but she was always quipping. But you have to kind of chalk that up to the tone of the film,
right?
Where that's just
everybody was hamming it up, like everybody.
Yes.
I mean, was just out there.
We've never seen Hulk like this before.
Yes.
Hulk is talking.
Best Hulk ever.
Yeah, Hulk is talking throughout the majority of this movie, and it is mostly the Hulk. Although
Hulk butt.
Ruffalo, when he shows up, he's enjoying the hell out of himself. Yeah, we do see Hulk butt.
Yeah.
We do get Thor's reaction to seeing Hulk junk. And that was a lot of fun.
This Hulk just throwing a ball at the wall, playing with himself, chilling.
We get a new character.
So funny.
We get a new character named Valkyrie, and she is a Valkyrie.
Cool.
Did she get? Is she just called Valkyrie? I know she is a Valkyrie.
There is a character called Valkyrie that is a Valkyrie in the comics.
Okay. So I wasn't really sure how I was going to deal with her, because this actress, I feel like she has a lot of potential, but she tries a little too hard sometimes, and she did come off 50-50 for me in this movie. But her introduction, I was very pleased with her introduction in the film, where you basically find out right off the bat that she's a badass, but she's a drunk. And she's got
play fighting with Hulk.
Oh god, that was the cutest thing ever. She's got her own backstory.
Yeah.
She's got her own issues. She's got her own guilt that she's dealing with. So I felt like I did like her character. I just think the actress needs to tone down a little bit of things here and there when she's trying to come off too much as a badass. Some of that stuff didn't really work for me. But aside from that, I did like her character a lot.
Yeah, she was cool. I would have preferred Sif, but unfortunately,
Sif didn't feel like dying with the rest of the crew.
Yeah.
That was probably my biggest issue with this movie, aside from...
that's some of the negatives from this film is... I know it's good that they wanted to show Hela as this ultimate badass, but... I mean, she killed the Warriors 3 like nothing.
And we never had a reaction from...
Volstagg just looked up and he got stabbed, and that was it. It was just like, what the hell, man?
Thor never had a moment where he mourned his friends. You never even find out if he knows they're dead, if he gives a shit.
So that,
Scourge.
That was a little disappointing.
Scourge.
Carl Urban was really good as Scourge.
Yeah.
A guy that struggled to stay relevant, but he was mostly in survival mode.
Yeah.
That's why he was working with Hela.
Yeah, he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and he wanted to just make sure he stayed alive. And I see what they were trying to do with his character, where you can see throughout the film that he was torn. He's not liking what she's doing, but he just wants to stay alive, and he wants to stand up and say no, but he's scared.
Right.
And he did have the moment at the end where he sacrificed himself.
Which was badass, because that's exactly how he died in the comic books.
Yeah.
So that was very well done.
Right.
But it was just kind of like...
Didn't necessarily have enough time with him.
We didn't have enough time
for it to really hit you in the gut when it happened.
Yeah.
But I do see what they were going for, and it doesn't really drop the points for me.
No.
It would have been nice to have had a little bit more, but...
Yeah, just a little bit more time with him, but... Because it didn't really feel like it meant anything when he died. He helped out. He helped.
Yeah.
But it just seemed like, okay, I'm a good guy now. It was just kind of,
Yeah.
These are minor little nitpicks.
Yeah.
It was Kate Blanchett, right? I always mix up the damn Kates.
There's a lot of Kates out there.
Yeah. She's hot. This movie, damn it. God damn it.
You have issues.
She's always been a good looking actress, but I never was like, hey, holy shit. Until this movie, I was just like,
incidentally,
dude.
This is coming from the same guy that thinks the exact same way about Rosario Dawson in Sin City.
Yeah.
Never looked twice at her until she played Gale in Sin City.
Hey, let me know in the comments below if you agree.
Oh my God, Rosario Dawson.
If you agree, Rosario Dawson, another attractive actress, but in Sin City, man, I was just like, damn. But hey, I don't think I'm alone in this, man. But anyway, back to the movie. Action scenes were very well done, a lot of fun, but the film just you could tell there were odes and what's the word I'm looking for? Homages to the world of Jack Kirby, his type of art style.
Oh, this was
the whole movie.
The film.
When I was watching the movie, I was tripping out because I was getting vibes of Big Trouble in Little China. I was getting vibes of Flash Gordon from the 80s, the 80s film Flash Gordon. Star Wars. I mean, everything was just a mix.
Again, this movie had
wow.
This movie finally gave Thor's franchise an identity, and I think it needed it.
Yes.
Whether it's over humorous or not, that's always going to be open to everyone's preference.
Yeah.
But you have to admit that this movie, where it fits in with the first two, in that it has the same continuity. Exact same continuity. It leaves off, with events happening in Thor 2: The Dark World. This movie has an identity to it. It has a look to it, and even the score is completely different. The score was pretty vanilla in the first two. It wasn't bad.
No.
Neither scores were bad. They were done.
Didn't they bring the theme back?
They brought music from Brian Tyler's score in the second film at the very beginning.
Because there was actually a theme.
There was actually a theme for Thor in the first movie, and they brought that in at the very end, which I was surprised because we haven't heard that theme since the first film. We never even heard it, as far as I can remember, during the Avengers.
Yeah.
Never really were concerned with themes in the Avengers. Every once in a while you'd hear a little shade of something with Captain America, but that was it. The music is very synth 80s.
Yeah.
It's its own thing completely.
Nothing really after watching the Bat Insane trailer, nothing really surprised me that much. Like after watching the trailer, I was surprised at how funny the movie was.
Yeah.
But it's not all the jokes hit. I mean, some fall flat. But after we watched the trailer, the first two trailers, excuse me, it was kind of what the movie was kind of what I expected it to be. I expected it to be weird. I expected it to be out there, kind of insane. So
the trailer was a very good representation.
Yeah, like it wasn't like I went to go see the movie after watching the trailer and I was just like, this is not the Thor. And some people are like that.
The only nitpick also that we had was the Valkyrie war scene with Hela.
Yes.
Which we thought we were going to get the actual scene itself in some kind of context.
This is my big nitpick of the film.
And it's a gorgeous scene, and it was gorgeous in the trailer, beautiful. And it was unlike anything we had seen in Marvel before.
It was just like, holy shit, this is epic.
It was something we were really looking forward to, and sadly it ended up being a dream that Valkyrie was having.
Well, it was a flashback.
It was it was a flashback that she was having.
She was remembering when Hela
destroyed all of the Valkyries, and she was the only one that survived.
She felt guilty,
and she had survivor's guilt. So
that's kind of my major nitpick of the film was I kind of was expecting war, like this huge epic invasion, like just this epic, like straight up Ragnarok type of war, massive, huge. That's what what I was expecting that, but we didn't really get that. We kind of just got really Hela by herself, destroying everyone with a few of her minions that she raised back to the dead, from the dead, with the big giant dog, which was fun seeing Hulk fight the dog. But yeah, we didn't really get the big, huge, epic war finale. This is it type of movie I was expecting, but. Still, I was really, really, really entertained with everything. The Hulk versus Thor gladiatorial fight was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Especially when Loki was sitting up there with Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
Like,
again, Loki.
now you know how it feels.
Yeah. Loki had some fantastic moments in this, and Loki and Thor together had some really fantastic.
Even that Doctor Strange's cameo was cool.
Yeah, you could see how far he's come with his abilities. It was this movie overall was a very nice.
He had the yellow gloves on too. He was straight up comic book look.
It was a very nice. I still say Benedict Cumberbatch. You suck at American. I'm sorry, sweetheart.
American accent.
You're a fun actor. You're a perfectly fine actor. You're very competent, very good at what you do, but stop speaking in American accents. I'm sorry. Okay?
Was he losing it? I didn't notice.
It just sounds so forced.
Oh.
It's just, I guess it's me. It's just me, whatever. But anyway,
you still love him.
I enjoy the hell out of it, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, it was just a nice progression. I felt this is obviously probably my favorite of the Thor films.
Oh,
yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
In terms of enjoyment, and this is right up there with the Guardians for me, with both Guardians of the Galaxy films, in terms of entertainment, enjoyment, smiling a lot. That's something that you don't get with movies, is when you're just smiling constantly because you're just having so much fun.
Yeah.
You're enjoying the experience.
The cool thing about, the Guardians comparison is, it's weird and out there like Guardians of the Galaxy, but yet it still has its own identity. It's not like it just completely blatantly copied Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little similar because it's weird and it's out there, but it still has its own identity. We were still on Asgard. I was so happy we were not on fucking boring ass Earth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's one of the highlights. Everyone trashes Thor 2 The Dark World a lot. And there's lots of trash, especially that probably he might be the worst Marvel villain.
Most inconsequential.
The Dark Elf. He might be the worst.
Worse than Ronan, maybe.
Oh yeah, way worse than Ronan. God, at least you kind of remember Ronan, the big blue guy. No one remembers the Dark Elf guy. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, that was one of the things that I thought was an improvement in Thor 2 The Dark World. At least over the first one. The action was a little bit better than the first movie. But, oh shit, I was going somewhere.
They were on Asgard.
Yes, that was one of the best parts of the second Thor movie, was they were on Asgard a lot more than Earth. Earth is boring. Okay.
Yeah. How many times?
When you're dealing, because the majority of all the movies are on Earth.
And how many
or
times
New York
is the Earth about to come to an end? And
yes. Take us to other planets.
And in this case, not only was Asgard the planet in danger, Asgard is now gone.
Yes.
There is no longer an Asgard, and whoever was left over from the Ragnarok actually happening, because that's what they all figure out, is that the only way to defeat Hela is for the Ragnarok to destroy Asgard.
Yeah, Surtur. They had to resurrect him.
Right, the Ragnarok is an event that he causes, and it's the destruction of Asgard. And that was the only way to destroy Hela, was by letting him destroy Asgard. And so now
who might be dead.
Yeah. So the Asgardians, they're now looking for a new place to live, and that's where we end it. Which also has another spoiler ending.
We're talking spoilers.
Yeah. It looks like, by one of the post-credit sequences, that Thor and Loki and the ship of Asgardians come across one of, if not Thanos' ship.
Yes.
So the countdown has begun. What is it? The first Infinity War is next year.
Part 1, yes.
It's
I believe
next
so.
year, as far as I know.
I believe so.
And the clock is ticking.
We're all gonna lose our mind.
And I'm just so glad that it's gonna end with the Russos in charge. I know I've said that a lot before, but I can't stress enough how important it is to have directors like the Russos.
Yeah.
And like Waititi. In that, you can play ball with Disney Marvel, but you can also put your own stamp on it.
Right.
You need that. Mm-hmm. Something, unfortunately, Edgar Wright wasn't able to do with Ant-Man.
Right.
It just wasn't meant to be. But you need these movies to not all have the same feeling to them.
Yes.
You need them to have the same.
We need variety.
You need them to fit in with each other, in that,
Yes.
okay, this is part of the world and the universe and all of that, but they need to have their own flavor to them.
Yes.
And finally, Thor has its own stamp And
Yeah.
I couldn't have been more happy with this movie.
Oh yeah.
So
Another thing that I liked about the film was Thor was slowly becoming Odin-esque in a way. I thought that was really cool.
lost his eye.
He lost his eye.
Yeah.
He was a little bit wiser.
He realizes he never needed meow meow in the first place. It was just,
Are you the god of hammers? But yeah, and I'm so actually the whole hammer joke between him and Korg, and he was talking about how much he misses his hammer, and he's like, and then I'd pull my hammer or something like that, and it pulls me off. And then Korg was like, the hammer pulled you off, and I was like, Marvel, how did that joke get in the movie?
I think that's what happens when you have a slight language difference. New Zealanders have probably a different way of saying certain things than we do, but it's still you still get it. It's like you kind of think for a minute, pull you up. Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. Oh, gotcha. Okay, but I think that might go over a lot of kids' heads. Yeah. So I think that's why they got away with it. Yeah. Oh god.
I love the lightning scene at the end when he finally just knew how to channel his lightning ability. He started fucking up everybody on the Rainbow Bridge. It was just cool, man. It's just like, yes.
Oh, what's his name?
The Hulk, what? The Hulk dog fight was fun.
Idris.
Oh, yeah.
He finally had a...
Yeah, Heimdall,
yeah.
I believe. Idris Elba was always great. But you could tell, just by watching the film, how much fun everybody had making the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is double confirmed, but there was a rumor going around that Idris Elba absolutely hated his character. He did not like Heimdall at all. And it was just, there wasn't that much for Heimdall to do.
Yeah.
He just was the gate opener.
Yeah.
So, and then in the second movie, he got a little bit more action. But there really wasn't that much to his character. And Idris was probably like, my character, in Age of Ultron. Yeah, it was kind of like his character didn't get a lot of screen time, and then he probably didn't really know what his character was supposed to be.
Yeah.
But now, straight up hero, rescuing the people of Asgard, hiding them from Hela's forces, and doing his thing, and taking more of a leadership type of role. But he was fun in the movie as well. But the rumor going around is he hated playing that character until Thor Ragnarok. Until Thor Ragnarok, because everybody was having so much fun making the movie, he absolutely just loved playing the character finally and enjoyed making the movie. So you could definitely see that come across on screen because everybody's just having a good time.
Yeah, I felt like
and that's the point. That's the point of I think that's why TT his goal was to create an entertaining enjoyment, almost buddy cop romp in the future with fantasy elements. We're all over the place here, folks.
Yeah.
We got Willy Wonka's song from Willy Wonka.
Oh my god.
We both looked at each other like, what?
Oh my god.
What?
Yeah, that was...
See, again, that was another point
Yeah.
in the movie where if you're not on board with the wackiness and the out there, woo, out there, then you're probably going to hate the movie. But, everybody's
again.
if you don't like the movie, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, the humor is always going to be subject to your taste.
Right.
Not everyone's going to like that it was really, really quippy
Right.
and really, really jokey. And, but that's fine.
But were you okay with Hela? Because you mentioned earlier about Hela was almost Age of Ultron
when you have a character...
B-movie villain?
Well, when you have a character that looks like that and is as destructive as she is, you expect there to be like a certain gravity to their character where it's like, oh my god, do not fuck with this person. But
she had a few moments.
But when you start making jokes and you start quipping and you're chewing the scenery just like everybody else, I don't tend to take that character as seriously as I should or as I would like to. But again, I do chalk it up to the tone of the film.
Yeah.
So I'm not necessarily disappointed with how she turned out.
Right.
But I would have liked it if she had been a little more intimidating without the jokes. Because physically she looked great. Her abilities were great. I did like her motivations.
Yeah.
She had a good motivation. I thought it was a little weird that I know why as soon as Odin died, she shows up, but I thought it was a little funny that literally as soon as Odin dies, oh, portal, oh, there's Hela, hey. It's like, dude, okay, all right. You have to be on board.
And she's hot. Yeah.
So.
Well, anyway, yeah, I get you on that one. I understand that.
Again,
but still not horrible.
No.
A little memorable, not super memorable performance.
Yeah.
But at least there's something there that you can enjoy from her. What'd you think about CGI?
I thought
some of it was really well done. Some of it was kind of lacking.
Yeah, Korg looked a little hokey.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
But we didn't care because we liked the character.
No, aside from that, I mean, CGI, it all kind of bleeds together now for me, unless it's noticeably awful in a movie that I will be talking about. I'm coming for you, Cavill. Some CGI was...
Some of it was really good, though. The worlds looked good.
Yeah,
the worlds looked good. They were a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Jeff Goldblum's little extra scene at the end.
Kind of goofy.
Yeah, just, that was comedy. What was he like? Hey, good job, everyone, starting a revolution. Good job, but hey, if it wasn't for a guy like me, you wouldn't have this revolution. So good job, well done.
Yeah.
Pat yourselves on the back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call this a tie, something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a lot of smiles, a lot of fun, a lot of entertainment, and Thor did need his own identity. I don't mind the traditional fantasy Asgard elements if we were going to remain there, but it was nice to see Thor on an adventure somewhere else, wasn't it? And then, Mark Ruffalo, the best scene in the movie, Mark Ruffalo jumping out of the ship, getting ready to transform in midair as the Hulk, and just lands flat on his face. A lot of people were like, "Oh man, that fool's dead." But there's a theory going on right now that he actually did die, and Hulk is just Hulk now, and Bruce Banner's actually really dead, which is hilarious. It's hilarious, but just a lot of fun, and it wasn't too weird to see Loki buddying up with Thor and tag teaming with Thor on the bad guys. That wasn't weird. I know he was supposed to be the main big baddie of Marvel at some point. He's still the best fleshed out villain in the Marvel cinematic universe. But I didn't think it was weird seeing him team up, because they kind of teamed up a little bit in Thor 2.
Yeah.
And in the comics, Loki's always off and on with his brother.
And he's still
always off and on. So
I think one of my favorite bits for him, aside from when he was being damn funny and having good banter with Thor, was the quiet moments that he had, like in Thor 2 when his mom died. He had that quiet rage moment where everything just went crazy in the room because he just blew it all away from him.
Yeah.
In this one, he had that quiet moment where Odin doesn't even reprimand Loki, has nothing to say about what he did to him in terms of how could you. Doesn't get angry with him.
No.
But he just addresses them both as his sons. And Loki just looks at him like, really, Dad? And he's like, really? You still consider me your son? Just quiet moments like that. I enjoyed that. I felt like Loki and Thor have finally kind of evolved as characters in their own ways, which is, again, it's really nice to see in a franchise that could very easily have just kept doing the same thing over and over, which was on his way to doing, And it's important that these characters have some kind of evolution and some kind of growth. And Thor and Loki, they finally had theirs. And I'm curious to see where these next two Avengers films are going to go.
Do we need more Thor films?
I don't think so.
You think he should just cameo in major events now?
I think at this point, everybody's films need to kind of wind down and let it culminate into the Avengers, the last two Avengers films that are coming out. And after that, I think everybody else needs to just do their own thing. You know, we've got the Black Panther coming out. We've got Ms. Marvel coming out. Doctor
Black
Strange.
Panther looks dope.
If you want Doctor Strange and Ant-Man to have a couple more films, and Spider-Man.
Let's get Ms. Marvel in there. Let's get some other characters, some of the limelight.
But if you think about it, next year we will have had Tony Stark for 10 years.
Yeah.
You know, we will have had this Iron Man for 10 years.
We don't need any more Iron Man movies.
Yeah.
I think if Robert Downey Jr. is going to hang around, I think just have him make his cameos in big events.
Yeah.
We're probably going to have him in both Avenger films. In the little cameo he made in Spider-Man: Homecoming, I think we should keep Tony Stark I can't talk. Relegated to smaller roles or big events. I don't think we need Iron Man 4, 5, 6, 8 movies.
No, we don't need to Fast and Furious.
And I might get a lot of hate for this, and I'm sorry, but we're always honest. We're always honest on this channel. So even in the comments, people put in their hate comments. It's fine. It's a free country. But I don't want to see Thor as a female.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Let's not go there.
I'm sorry. I know that's the popular thing now. I think
if they...
But I don't want to see, if Chris Hemsworth's done with the character, just bring in Beta Ray Bill. Seriously, bring in Beta Ray Bill, or have somebody else take the hammer, or whatever. I don't know. Reboot it. I don't know.
Well,
I don't want to see...
That's the thing. That's what they're going to do if they ever reboot it. That's what they're going to do.
I don't want to see Natalie Portman.
Well, no, she's done.
Jane Foster.
They wrote her out.
Yeah, but in the comic, Jane Foster...
I know, but they wrote...
becomes Thor, and it's ridiculous.
I
don't want to see that.
I don't think we have to worry about that for a while. I think they're too busy with Avengers.
Let's not change stuff because we can. Let's have a purpose.
No,
if you're going to make big changes to a character, let's have a purpose. Let's have really good writing.
Yeah.
Let's just not do it because let's just do that.
No,
because
it's not even that. It's things are done a lot these days now because they feel like it'll win them points. If that makes any sense.
I guess.
We
gotta have our Marvel Wonder Woman.
Well, it's like I have no problem with female protagonists, as Wonder Woman has demonstrated. I really enjoyed Wonder Woman. I watched it for a second time a couple days ago, and I really enjoyed that film. Yeah. And as long as the character is well written, I'm perfectly fine with that. But to change it just for the sake of, oh well, we can have a female this and a female that. Well, make a female character that's her own thing, like Miss Marvel. You know, make a female character that is literally her own entity. There are plenty of female characters in the comic book.
Her own badass, really good writing.
Yeah.
Her own badass character and creation, and let's follow that character.
But changing things just to fit into a specific niche, and just because we're gonna get points with this particular demographic.
So Marvel films out there.
Oh, because we know you're listening.
Don't make Jane Foster Thor, okay? Please. I'd rather follow Valkyrie. And speaking of going back to Sif, we're just never going to see that character ever again,
we might not. I know she was filming something else. But that was
because Valkyrie's kind of taken that spot now.
Yeah.
As the badass female warrior. She's kind of taken the spot, so...
Yeah. We'll see.
Oh, well.
Yeah, we'll see.
Anything else?
No.
No?
No.
So what are you giving the film?
I because going back and forth with it, I really
2 out of 5.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
I'm not sure where I would rate Thor 1 and 2. I'd probably go like 3.9 for them both. Because I felt like the first movie did a lot of things
solid origin story.
Yeah, the first movie did a lot of good
as good as it was gonna get for its time.
But it had problems. The second film did its own things really well, but it had its
better
problems.
action and visuals, just horrible villain. Yeah,
so I feel like they're about on the same level. If Thor is a 3.9, then maybe Thor 2 is a 3.8. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
I enjoyed this a lot, and again, I'm scoring this more on an enjoyability factor and not being subjective and looking at it from an outside, like, movie critic point of view. So based on my own preference and just how much I enjoyed this film, I'm probably going 4.4.
4.4?
Sure.
Yeah. I'm about the same.
Okay.
So 4.4 out of 5 ninja stars for Thor Ragnarok. Very entertaining.
4.4 out of 5 meow meows.
Yeah, very entertaining film. Had a lot of fun with it. So that's it for today's video. So we're again, we apologize for not uploading a lot, but
We work.
we work, man. We don't make a living off of YouTube.
Don't.
We don't. We talk about cinema because we love cinema, and we talk about it with you, and we discuss it with you because we find your comments very entertaining sometimes. But yeah, we enjoy discussing movies with you and having fun talking about film because we love film. It's just these last couple of months, man.
Yeah.
It's brutal, man. Brutal.
Yeah, this is...
Brutal. Brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. That's...
So anyway,
what are you doing?
I don't know. So anyway, thanks again for watching. As always, you guys rock. We'll see you guys next time. Me on there.
Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe.